Stadium. It's the Betfred Challenge Cup, round 3, and it's Featherstone Rovers against Ince Rose Bridge, who have earned the right to play in the third round, having beaten Blackbrook the other week by 34 points to 12. Of course, Featherstone victorious against Waterhead by a heavy score. So team news before the teams come out. We'll start with the visitors. Ince Rose at fullback, they've got Mason Fillingham. Three-quarter line of Callum Rogers, Jamie Malone, Jordan Blakely and Callum Hughes. It's Peter Valentine and Reece Bushell wearing 6 and 7 at half-back. Front row for Ince Rose Bridge is Reece Cunningham, Byron Aspinall and Casey Shaw. Harry Parry, that's a good name, isn't it? Kyle Malone in the back row and Robbie Valentine at loose forward. And on the bench, it's Craig Sandby, Keegan Boyd, TJ Boyd and Jack Morrison, with Boyd Wilson as the 18th man. So for the Rovers, Caleb Akins as ever wears 1 at fullback. It's a three-quarter line of Darrell Alforts, Bailey O'Connor, Jaden Hatton and Gareth Gale. The half-backs this week are Callum Turner and Thomas Lecan, with Ben Reynolds and Zach Herring left out this afternoon. Front row is King Vuniyayawa, Will Jubb and Jimmy Beckett. In the back row, Sitaleki Akawala provides some size out wide, along with Josh Hardcastle, and Clay Webb is loose forward. And on the bench for the Rovers, it's Connor Jones looking to add some zip when he comes on. Danny Addy, who returns from injury, the club captain, Robson Stevens and Jordan Williams. And Zach Herring is the 18th man this afternoon. So some happy memories in recent times for Featherstone in the Challenge Cup. Almost a year since that moment, let's say, when Gaz Gale was running 40 metres to dump Wakefield Trinity out of the Challenge Cup. Different opposition this afternoon. Ince Rose Bridge will certainly be up for it, the amateur team. Very convincing in there, winning the last round against Blackbrook. So we're just awaiting the arrival of the teams, 1 minute to 2. Looking at the pitch, it looks a little soft underfoot. But touch wood, up to now, there's been no rain, so let's hope it stays that way so we can see some good rugby this afternoon. Of course, the Betfred Championship gets underway next week. Rovers facing Doncaster. So Caleb Akins leads Featherstone out this afternoon. There goes the toot of the hooter. Pretty shortly we will be getting underway. Just looking across the line as Callum Turner gets us ready to get underway. That is one big left edge there. Sitaleki Akawala operating in the back row. Jaden Hatton, he's got plenty of size in the centre. And of course, Gareth Gale on that wing. Plenty of size and strength. But Ince Rose Bridge have first use of the ball, and it's a good run by Casey Shaw. A good following underneath us here on the gantry of Ince Rose Bridge supporters. Cries already of get him on side. So Ince Rose Bridge approaching halfway, and it's a run here from Reece Cunningham. Plenty of size behind him there is Cunningham. Josh Hardcastle and Clay Webb involved in the tackle. Ince Rose Bridge come left. It's a little kick in behind from Reese Bushell. Finds a floor, Caleb Akins collects, and Rovers will start this set 22 metres from their own line. So a decent first set from Ince Rose Bridge. They'll be happy with that one. Getting to the end of the set and putting in a decent enough kick, as you can tell from the cheers. Great defence on Daryl Alfords. Here comes Gaz Gale with the carry. More good aggressive defence there from Ince Rose Bridge. Will Jubb comes left to Akwala. Akwala plays the ball to Lecan. Lecan gives it infield. Akins takes his second carry of the set. Working hard as ever, Caleb Akins. It's Turner with the kick, left-footed. It's a decent kick. The winner's got a decision to make. Does really, really well. But Featherstone there, good defence from Alfords and Bailey O'Connor. Ince Rose Bridge in possession, 30 metres away from their own line. Here comes a run from Callum Hughes. King Vuniyayawa and Will Jubb involved in that tackle. Cries for a penalty from the supporters underneath, and that's another good run from Reese Cunningham. He's running with some aggression early doors. Ince Rose Bridge are past halfway. The referee puts his hand in the air. It's the last tackle. Comes to the loose forward, Robbie Valentine, who eventually gets the kick away. Probably didn't realise it was the last tackle there, did Valentine, but Alfords picks up the ball and runs across the line. So good work from Alfords, finding his front and then playing the ball to Lecan. And now here comes Jaden Hatton. He's made an impressive start to life at Featherstone. Off-season signing from Swinton. Jubb goes down the left-hand side. Gaz Gale tries to bump off a defender, but Ince Rose Bridge over on that right edge stand firm. Will Jubb's got his hand in the air wanting a penalty, but play resumes, and here's King Vuniyayawa offloading the tackle to Akins. Akins asking for a runner inside. He gets it from Beckett. Jimmy Beckett tracks three defenders. More good aggressive defence, pushing Beckett back 3 or 4 metres. So Rovers just past halfway, and Jubb at dummy half looks left, goes right to Clay Webb. Clay Webb, good tackling once more from Ince Rose Bridge. They're definitely up for this one. It's the last tackle. Beckett goes through as a dummy runner. It comes to Turner, who's doing most of the kicking so far this afternoon. It's a good catch there from Mason Fillingham. Runs straight at Daryl Alfords, and he's tackled around 20 metres away from his own line. And I think he's caught one there as Fillingham, the fullback, he gets to his feet, and then the ball's played, and it's now a run from Callum Rogers. Harry Parry. That's a brilliant name, Harry Parry. Here comes Casey Shaw. Clay Webb and Will Jubb involved in that tackle. It's the last one. Needs to be a deep kick. It comes from the boot of Robbie Valentine, the loose forward. It finds a floor and then bounces kindly for Gareth Gale, who runs across the line, finds Caleb Akins, who can make an extra 5 or 6 metres. Rovers are tackled on the first tackle just near halfway. Gale scampers away from dummy half. So Rovers looking to get into good ball for the first time this afternoon. 5 minutes played, it's 0-0. Not much attacking rugby from either side so far. Hardcastle runs at the Ince Rose Bridge line, and there's the first penalty of the afternoon. Ince Rose Bridge are caught offside. Turner finds touch, makes another 10 metres or so. Turner to Vuniyayawa, juggled it, but then he brings it to his chest and just carts the ball forward. Rovers 15 metres out. Jubb at dummy half comes right to Callum Turner. Callum Turner straightens up, looking for a little gap in the Ince Rose Bridge defence. Can't find one. Good defence. Tackle count wide. 6 again. Job with a short pass to Vuniyayawa. He's got to score surely. King Vuniyayawa. Penalty there for a ball steal. Rovers now with back-to-back sets on the Ince Rose Bridge line. Jubb gives it to Beckett. Beckett hard and direct. Can he get over Jimmy Beckett? I think he can, you know. Oh, he's held up. Good defence there from Ince Rose Bridge. Beckett tackled on the first play. Jubb fires a long pass out to Webb. Here comes Turner. Akins chiming into the line from fullback, looking to force his way over. It's good defence again. O'Connor with the pass to Webb. Webb, short pass to Beckett. The space was just to the left of Beckett. Brought forward, couldn't alter his line at the last minute. Jubb finds Lecan. Lecan with a long pass, and there's the first try of the afternoon. It's a stunning pass there from Thomas Lecan, and Gareth Gale strolls in. It's Featherstone Rovers 4, Ince Rose Bridge 0. 7 minutes played. We've now got the first points. Gareth Gale, easy finish for him in the corner. All the work done there by Thomas Lecans with a delightful pass over the Ince Rose Bridge defence. 4-0, kick to come. Callum Turner with the kicking duties this afternoon. Plenty of experience with the boot as Callum Turner. Kicked numerous conversions so far in his career. So left-footed, I think. So it's not the favoured side. Turner looking to make it 6 points to 0 thanks to that Gareth Gale try. It's a low drive from Turner, just wide of the post. Score remains 4-0 in favour of the Rovers. 8.5 minutes played. A real bright start from Ince Rose Bridge. Aggressive in defence. But then you just knew when Rovers got back-to-back sets on the Ince Rose Bridge line that some points were going to follow. So Valentine gets us back underway. A spiralling kick. Josh Hardcastle didn't fancy that one. Bailey O'Connor does well. Good aggressive line speed and defence there from Ince Rose Bridge. Turner at dummy half. Gives it to Hardcastle, who carts the ball forward. As ever, Josh Hardcastle working hard. Here comes Darrell Alferts, off-season signing from Wakefield Trinity, of course. Scores tries for fun. Webb at first receiver. Lecan takes the ball out the back and then steps round the challenge of the Ince Rose Bridge defender. Standoff Peter Valentine. Here comes Vuniyayawa. Jubb to Turner, left-footed. Callum Turner. It's going to go out on the full. It does go out on the full, so a sloppy end to the set there from the Rovers. Callum Turner kicking out on the full, so it's a handover and Ince Rose Bridge will get possession on halfway. 10.5 minutes played here at the Millennium Stadium. Rovers lead by 4 points to 0. Aspinall at dummy half, comes left to Kyle Malone. Now a turn of Jamie Malone. Ince Rose Bridge giving it some width. Peter Valentine tackled 30 metres away from Featherstone's line. A little scamper from dummy half there from Aspinall. Akawala and Clay Webb involved in that tackle. It's Robbie Valentine this time with the kick. It's a difficult one for Akins, but the fullback does well. But a promising set from Ince Rose Bridge, trapping Featherstone deep inside their own half. So the Rovers are going to have to come 85 metres if they want to score some points in this set. Turner comes wide, here comes Bailey O'Connor looking to find some space. Daryl Alfert's eyed and direct, good run there from Alfert's, but more good defence as well from Ince Rose Bridge. Rovers now approaching the 40-metre line with Hardcastle. Hardcastle knocks on, great defence there from Ince Rose Bridge. Aggressive defence, and the ball comes free. So Rovers for the second consecutive set gift Ince Rose Bridge possession inside their own half. So promising signs from the visitors. 4 points to 0 with 13 minutes played here at the Millennium Stadium. Here comes the run of Callum Rogers. Aspinall at dummy half, comes left to Jamie Malone. Here's Reece Cunningham. Good leg drive there from Cunningham. Ince Rose Bridge stacking the left-hand side, but then coming right. Here comes the full-back into the line. That's a lovely kick in behind. Great take there from Gareth Gale, though, but real good inventive play there from Ince Rose Bridge, and the kick from Mason Fillingham. But now Tommy Lacan can counter down the left-hand side. He's tackled on halfway, but Rovers making plenty of metres early on in the set. Here comes Akawala. Beckett at first receiver, comes out the back to Turner. Turner, Rovers have got the numbers here, but it's a great tackle from Jamie Malone on Josh Hardcastle, but the tackle count is wiped. Rovers with a repeat set, and here comes Vunny Ayawa with the carry. Kyle Malone around the legs of Vunny Ayawa. Big prop forward. He's tackled 25 out. Turner gives it flat to O'Connor. O'Connor juggles with the ball, but then regathers, and Ince Rose Bridge looking fairly comfortable, let's say, in this set from a defensive point of view. Turner across the line, finds Lacan. Lacan with a short pass. Akawala runs straight at Jordan Blakely, but the little centre does really well to hang on to Akawala. Jubb with a short pass to Webb. Certainly a flat pass. Had the potential to maybe be a touch forward, but play does resume. Rovers are then held up and will have to take it back 10 metres. Clay Webb, the loose forward, will play the ball, and here comes Beckett. Beckett with a short pass to Vunny Ayawa. He's going to stretch out and score the second try of the afternoon. Lovely simple play there, the prop forwards combining in the middle. Jimmy Beckett with the assist, and King Vunny Ayawa scores to make it Featherstone Rovers 8, Ince Rose Bridge 0 with 15 minutes on the clock. Here's the replay of the try. Beckett in at first receiver, a simple pass to Vuniyayawa. And you're not stopping the big fella from there. Underneath the posts, 8 points to 0, and it will surely be 10 once Callum Turner adds the extras. So although Rovers have scored 2 tries early on, the latest one has just been converted by Turner. Yeah, although they have scored 2 tries, Ince Rose Bridge certainly proving to be a game for Featherstone this afternoon. It won't be easy for them, but the Rovers now lead by 10 points to 0. Gasgale and King Vuniyayawa with the tries, and 1 conversion from Callum Turner. That's a great kick-off there from Robbie Valentine. Turner did very well actually, because he knew they was probably going to spill that ball, but he made sure he turned so it went backwards and Rovers could regather. Beckett working hard as ever, wearing the number 10 shirt this season. Jimmy Beckett, a reward for his hard work and his performances since joining mid-season from the Dewsbury Rams in 2024. Of course, a few ex-Dewsbury Rams players in the playing roster in 2025 for Rovers. Callum Turner and Bailey O'Connor. So play is stopped momentarily for a Rovers penalty. The referee is just having a word with Harry Parry. He's going to be one of them players. I'm not just going to say his surname. I think every time he's involved, it's going to be his full name, Harry Parry. Too good of opportunity. Hatton with the tap, misses out Akawala, and then Lekan gives it to King Vuniyayawa, who scored the latest try. He turns in the tackle and makes a further 5 metres. Here comes Webb. Oh, that's a good tackle there. That's a very, very good tackle from Robbie Valentine. Job with the pass to Vuniyayawa. Can he get the arm free to Lekan on his left? No, he can't. I think it's going to be a penalty. Oh no, it's a knock-on for the Rovers. I thought he was going to give a penalty because I think the Ince Rose Bridge player came in late and lifted Vuniyayawa's legs up. But they've got away with one there of Ince Rose Bridge, and they will get possession via a scrum. 20 metres from their own line. They're trailing 8 points to 0. Nearly a quarter of the game played. And I think they'll be happy, Ince Rose Bridge. I think they've fronted up really well and proved a real challenge for the Rovers in the early stages. But I suppose the tough thing is, being an amateur team, not doing all the training, etc., that the Rovers do. The hard thing will be maintaining this level of performance and intensity throughout the game. But they're doing a good job so far. Here comes a run from Casey Shaw. Will Jubb involved in that tackle, of course. Reunited with James Ford from their time together at York Knights. Of course, York Acorn played here yesterday at the Millennium Stadium against Hull FC, so Featherstone, good connections with the local York amateur clubs. Here comes Darrell Alferts. Job away from dummy half. Turner with a loose pass. Comes off Beckett's feet and then regathers. Still going, Jimmy Beckett, looking for a little bit of support. He does offload to Vunny Ayawa. Vunny Ayawa is tackled 25 metres away from the try line. Beckett, first receiver again. Comes out the back to Turner. Turner finds Akins. Akins with a long pass out to Alforts. Can Alforts finish? He runs over the fullback like he's not there. And Darrell Alforts, prolific try scorer, gets Rovers' third try of the afternoon. Good left to right shift there from the Rovers. Started with Jimmy Beckett at first receiver and then finished by Darrell Alforts in the corner from a lovely pass from Caleb Akins. So we'll watch it on the replay here. Some real good shape. Beckett at first receiver, Webb going through as a dummy runner. Turner then out the back to Akins, and Akins just weighing up his options before firing a miss-out pass to Alforts, and there was no stopping Darrell Alforts. Mason Fillingham did his best, but just too big and too strong. Alforts in the corner. So Rovers now lead by 14 points to 0 with a kick to come. There's just been a couple of changes underneath us. Jordan Williams and Robson Stevens come on into the front row. They replace Jimmy Beckett and King Vunny Ayawa, who have both been heavily involved in this one. Turner left-footed. Oh, it's a great curling conversion there by Callum Turner, and Rovers now lead by 16 points to 0. So 22 minutes played. 16 points to 0, the Rovers lead. Darrell Alforts with the latest try. So Valentine gets us back underway. Those kickoffs are brilliant. Bailey O'Connor does well to take this one. Good work there from Hardcastle. Here comes Robson Stevens, who's on from the interchange bench. Clay Webb gives it to Williams, his first involvement. And the referee calls for another penalty, so Ince Rose Bridge penalised again. And Turner finds touch with the kick. Here comes Stevens. Webb at first receiver, gives it to Williams. Webb to Turner, Turner turns it back infield to Hardcastle. It's a good tackle on Hardcastle. And Craig Sambit, who's on from the interchange bench. Turner, can he get over? Callum Turner, ooh, close to crossing. Tackle just a metre or so short of the try line, and play is going to be stopped because it looks like Craig Sambit's down with a concussion or something. Yep, so the substitute is substituted. And now Jack Morrison comes on for Ince Rose Bridge. Up to Stevens. Stevens out the back to Lecan. Oh, it's good aggressive defence, but Lecan does well to shrug off the challenge and then find a gap. Thomas Lecan. He's tackled 5 metres short. It's the last play for the Rovers. Surely it will go to Turner. It does. Turner with a short pass to O'Connor, but that's great defence there from Ince Rose Bridge. Reese Bushell coming out of the line to tackle O'Connor. And it's a handover. So Ince Rose Bridge playing out from deep. And here comes a run in field, straight at Akawala. Here comes Morrison with the big drive. Kick from deep, it's a great kick that. Stays in the field of play, so Caleb Akins deals with it. And now Will Jubb and Josh Hardcastle come off the field. So Danny Addy and Connor Jones are on. Danny Addy tackled 20 metres out. Jones goes down the left to Lekan. Lekan with a short pass to Sitaleki Akawala. He's tackled 10 metres out. Lekan to Addy. Addy shows it to Stevens, gives it to Stevens, who's on the charge. He's tackled 5 metres short. Addy at first receiver, short pass, and it's a try there. Good work from Danny Addy. And the try is scored by Jordan Williams. Fourth try of the afternoon, Jordan Williams crashing over from short range. Lovely play there from Danny Addy, as you're going to see on this replay. Just knits things together in the middle, does Danny Addy. Really good with the ball in hand. Just fronts up the Ince Rose Bridge defence, plays a lovely pass to Jordan Williams, and he was not going to make any mistake from there. Crashes over the line, so the Rovers now lead by 20 points to 0 with a kick to come. There's a conversion there from Callum Turner, so 22 points to 0. 3 goals from 4 for Callum Turner. Another crazy restart, eventually caught by Connor Jones. Just listening to the latest scores around the grounds. And perhaps the most notable at the minute is Bradford leading Castleford by 17 points to 12 as it stands. So there can't be that much longer left in that one. That kicked off at 1 PM. Of course, this one kicked off an hour later, and with 11 minutes away from half-time. Here comes Akawala on the charge. Jones to Lekan. Oh, good footwork there from Tom Lekan. And then he steps round, the latest tackle. Still going is Lekan. He's got Jones inside. Oh, knocked down there from the fullback, Mason Fillingham. to deny a certain Connor Jones try. And that was real good work there from Tommy Lecan over on that left-hand side. Just weaving some of his magic and breaking the line, and then trying to find Connor Jones on his inside. As you can now see on this replay, Lecan, left foot step, dances around a couple of would-be defenders. Just about gets the offload away, and it's knocked down there from Fillingham. So Rovers now with a repeat set. Lecan feeds the ball into the scrum and then regathers off Connor Jones. Here comes Hatton now. Surely it's going to be more points over on that left edge. It's great defence there from Ince Rose Bridge. And he's eventually in touch. So very, very good defence there from Ince Rose Bridge. And they're going to get the ball back from the scrum. So a hand over. So the last challenge before the start of the championship season this afternoon. Of course, a place in the next round of the Challenge Cup at stake. Rovers leading by 22 points to nil, 8.5 minutes until the break. Gutsy performance though from Ince Rose Bridge so far. Here comes a kick from Bushell. Alforts sticks his hand out, it does go behind, and then he can pass in field to Caleb Akins. Akins then finds Gareth Gale, who can launch a counter for the Rovers. Lecan finds Akwala on that left edge. A long pass from Akwala. No idea what he's doing there. I don't think James Ford will be happy with that one from Sitaleki Akwala. Just never looked on, really. So it's a handover on halfway. Here comes the run of Harry Parry over on that right edge. Here comes Bushell with a short pass. Was that forward? I think it was, yeah, it was. Slightly forward, no complaints there from Reece Bushell. Well, whilst you guys are watching this back on YouTube, just spare a thought for how cold it is up on this gantry, myself and Jamie, in the middle of some horrible conditions up here on the gantry. But it's great to have rugby back. And you can't be a Sunday afternoon here at the Millennium Stadium. That's a high tackle, surely. Yeah, it is. Jordan Williams with the run, caught one across the chops, and there's a little bit of a get-together in the middle of the field. Important for the Rovers to keep the discipline here. And they certainly have done. So the referee still having a word with some of the Ince Rose Bridge players. I think the message will be just calm down. There's a penalty for the high tackle on Jordan Williams. So Danny Addy. Well, that's a terrible kick from Danny Addy. They're just moments in games that are so frustrating because you've all that space to just put the ball into touch and goes for too much distance, doesn't find touch, and Ince Rose Bridge get away with one. So a couple of sloppy little bits there from the Rovers. That pass from Akawala into touch, and then Danny Addy failing to find touch from the kick. 22 points to 0 the score, and it's a big run at Connor Jones there from, I think it was Robbie Valentine, the loose forward for Ince Rose Bridge. And Satuleki Akawala has been put on his backside there from Jack Morrison. He's had a career doing that to people as Akawala on the receiving end of one on this occasion. So Akins across the line, tackled 12 metres from his own try line. Here comes Alfords. Well, I thought it was going to be Alfords. It's a loose pass from Lecan. Bailey O'Connor picks it up eventually, but Rovers don't make any ground on that tackle. Here comes Darrell Alfords. Now here comes Williams, scorer of the latest try. Jones away from dummy half, passing it to Beckett, who's now back on the field, and Beckett's away. Too big, too strong there. Jimmy Beckett tries to offload to Connor Jones. Is Addy going to get there first? He does, but then knocks on. So now the correct decision is going to be Ince Rose Bridge with the ball from the scrum. Not long to the break. 40 minutes have gone, but we're probably in stoppage time now. There has been some stoppages. Actually, the referee has issued a few warnings. There's been a couple of incidents where players have received some treatment, but can't be much stoppage time. Here comes Morrison with the drive. Initially made some impact there, did Morrison, but then driven back by three Rovers defenders. Valentine with the pass. Good defence there from Tom Lecan. Kick in behind there from Peter Valentine, looking to find touch. It doesn't find touch. Gaz Gale picks it up and runs across the line. Still going, Gareth Gale. Good tackle there from Callum Rogers in the end. Here comes Alfords. Rovers have got the numbers here. It's a run down the flank here from Clay Webb. He's got support from Alfords. Alfords is going to go in untouched. Puts the ball down underneath the posts. Daryl Alfords started that try with a run across the line, finding the overlap. It was a pass out wide to Clay Webb of all players, usually in the middle of the pitch, running down the wing. And he had Daryl Alfords in support, who scores his second try of the afternoon and Rovers' fifth of this first half. And I think after his conversion, that's going to be half-time. As you can see on the replay there, Clay Webb breaking away, and then a lovely passing field to Alfords, who had 35 metres to run, but was always going to score that try. He goes over untouched for his second try of the afternoon, Daryl Alfords. So now Danny Addy is going to have a shot at goal. Callum Turner leaving the field. Now I am guessing, he was holding his hamstring a little bit earlier on in the game, was Callum Turner. Didn't seem to be limping or anything, but he was holding his hamstring a few times, so that might be why he's been withdrawn. So Danny Addy adds the conversion. And there goes the half-time hooter. So a real gutsy first half performance from Ince Rose Bridge, and Rovers have had to experience some tough times in that half. But the Rovers lead Ince Rose Bridge at half-time by 28 points to 0. So we're back out for the second half. Rovers leading by 28 points to 0 against Ince Rose Bridge. Well, Ince Rose Bridge are back out, and Caleb Akins now leads Rovers out for the second half. We're back underway. Valentine gets us back underway. It's a deep kick this time, caught by Darrell Alferts, who scored a brace in that first half. Here comes Robson Stevens. Good defence from Ince Rose Bridge. Jones with a long pass to Lacan. Lacan to Akawala. Akawala then to Hatton. Hatton to Gale. Gale steps inside. Good defence there from Ince Rose Bridge. Hatton with the long pass to Lacan. Here comes Williams. Williams. Good post contact meters there from Jordan Williams. Plays the ball 10 metres shy of halfway, and then Akins takes Rovers past halfway. Good work from Caleb Akins. That's the last tackle. Jones with a long pass to Lacan. Lacan with a deep kick. And there's a penalty for a late tackle. I mean, I think it was late. It was marginally late. It wasn't obviously. It wasn't too obvious that it was late, but I think it was. So that's a fair penalty for the Rovers, and they'll start this set now 25 metres away from the try line. Lacan will just make a couple more metres and find touch. Here comes Hatton. Taps the ball and runs hard. Lacan to Beckett. Beckett to Robson Stevens, who turns in the tackle. Rovers now inside Ince Rose Bridge's 10-metre line. Jones at dummy half. Long pass to Lacan. Lacan does well to take that ball. And he's tackled 5 metres short of the line. Here comes Williams, who scored a try in the first half, looking to add to his tally. He does. Jordan Williams. Second try of the afternoon, the first try of the second half, and Rovers now lead by 32 points to 0. As you can see on the replay, Route 1, hard and direct. Got on the outside of his opposite number there, Williams, and stretched out to score. His second of the afternoon, Jordan Williams. And the first try of the second half. So Rovers leading 32 points to 0. You would expect Danny Addy to add the extras and make it 34-0. No mistake there from Danny Addy. So 34 points to 0 the scoreline. Another testing kick-off. Caleb Akins deals with it. Here comes Robson Stevens with the carry. Danny Addy, who's operating in the halves. Jones to Beckett. Beckett out the back to LeCan. Good read there from Valentine for Ince Rose Bridge. LeCan still going. Very aggressive round the head of LeCan, and he just looks over and says to the touch judge, did you see that? It's a penalty, yeah, just silly there from Ince Rose Bridge, just pushed Beckett as he was going to play the ball, and then concedes another 10 yards for Simbin in, for descent, and now he's been Simbin for another pop as well. So Jamie Malone will spend the next 10 minutes in the Simbin for Ince Rose Bridge. Danny Addy from the penalty finds touch. Rovers get the ball 20 metres out, looking to add to their 34-0 scoreline as it stands. 6 minutes played in the second half so far. Here comes Beckett, heavily involved. Williams, who's on an hat-trick. He's tackled 15 metres or so away from the line. Beckett again at first receiver. Here comes LeCan. LeCan delays the pass, wasn't quite on, so just takes the tackle. Jones down the left, wanting one himself there, Connor Jones. Hatton at dummy half. Long pass to LeCan. LeCan finds Beckett. Beckett infield there to Williams, who just straightens up and takes it down the middle. Jones, miss out pass to Addy. Addy coming back against the grain, infield to Jimmy Beckett, and Jimmy Beckett gets the try that his performance deserves. Underneath the post, good work there from Danny Addy, straightening up and then inside to Jimmy Beckett, who had the easiest of tasks, strolling in to make it 38 points to 0 to the Rovers with a kick to come. So, as you can see here on the replay, Jones with a long pass to Addy. Addy changing direction inside to Beckett, and a nice easy try for the Rovers. Number 10. 38 points to 0 with a kick to come. Danny Addy nudges the kick over, so that's 40 points to 0 now to the Rovers. Jordan Valentine getting us back underway. Will it be another one of his teasing kickoffs? Straight down the middle. Caleb Akins has to run towards it. Can't catch it on the full. Still bouncing. Eventually collected by Robson Stevens for the Rovers. Jones down the left-hand side for Gaz Gale. Addy turns it inside. And it's a break by Bailey O'Connor, and then the pass to Clay Webb. Has he got the pace? Clay Webb, it's a great ankle tap there from TJ Boyd for Ince Rose Bridge to deny Clay Webb a try. Rovers on the last play. Knocked down there from Mason Fillingham, so Rovers will get the ball back in another set. And great ankle tap on Clay Webb. He was racing away. The break from Bailey O'Connor. Clay Webb in support. But a great ankle tap there from the Ince Rose Bridge defender. And then on the next play, Danny Addy down that short side. Fillingham sticking his hand out, which means that Rovers get another set. Here comes Williams on the charge. Rovers down the left-hand side. Lecan with a long pass. It's a walk-in for Gaz Gale. Steps inside the would-be defender, and Thomas Lecan, like he did in the first half, fires out a long pass to Gaz Gale, who has the easy task of finishing, and Rovers now lead by 44 points to 0. Lecan at first receiver, had numbers out wide, long miss out pass to Gaz Gale, who stepped inside to make it easier for the conversion attempt from Addy. Lecan showed some very nice touches in the halves. This afternoon, long pass out for Gaz Gale on a number of occasions. Now Danny Addy with the conversion attempt. So Addy with the conversion attempt, just sneaks through the middle. So 46 points to 0, the Rovers lead. So Rovers with 2 tries so far in the second half. That's a great kick, great kick. Tell you what, he's done some belters as the Ince Rose Bridge loose forward Robbie Valentine from the kicking tee. This time he drills it across the turf and it bounces out into touch, so that means that Ince Rose Bridge get the ball back. Here comes Morrison. One of the biggest cheers of the afternoon earlier in the first half when Sitaleki Akawola was put on the ground. Comes Bushell, turns it inside. Has he kept hold of it? He has. There's a penalty, Rovers offside. Ironic cheers behind us. No, I haven't got the stats in front of me and I've not been keeping count, but I can't remember Ince Rose Bridge having any penalties in this game. So it'd be quite remarkable if that is the first one. So a chance now for the amateur team to post some points. That would cap off what's been a real gutsy performance, has to be said. And another penalty this time, some more cheers underneath us. There comes Jack Morrison on the charge. Bushell with the pass out wide to Valentine. Valentine tackled by Connor Jones. Here comes Callum Rogers. Charge forward from Keegan Boyd. Ince Rose Bridge just a couple of metres short of the try line. Can they get over for a try? It's a pass out wide to Bushell. Bushell with a little kick in behind. Clay Webb gets the foot to it and then collects it. So Rovers get it back. And there will be no try there for Ince Rose Bridge on that occasion. Scoreline remains 46 points to 0. 26 minutes of the second half remaining. It's a run there from Bailey O'Connor. Here's Beckett. Good aggressive defence there from Ince Rose Bridge. Lacan, long pass out wide to Hatton. He's got some space, Jaden Hatton. There's the dummy, the show, the go. The offload to Connor Jones. Caleb Aikins again down the middle. He's not got much support on the right edge. He has now. Here comes Bailey O'Connor. O'Connor finds Alferts. Can he get his hat trick? Daryl Alferts. He's still running his Alferts. Eventually tackled on the last play. Surely, if the Rovers, they're going to give a penalty. I'm not sure what's happened here. Alferts is still on the floor. There's around 6 or 7 players all getting into each other on that far side. Not too sure what's happened. I was just about to say, if Rovers get the passes right on that next play, they had the numbers. A couple of Ince Rose Bridge defenders struggling to get back. But the visitors concede the penalty, so it's going to be another set for the Rovers. And I think, after a break, technically that's a professional foul if he's been penalised for holding on, which usually results in a yellow card. Of course, we don't want to see yellow cards, of course, but just highlighting that. Here comes Addy, turns it in field to Jimmy Beckett. Lacan out the back to Addy, Addy to Aikins, Aikins, he's got men out wide, Gaz Gale turns inside. Gale wanting his hat-trick, he's tackled just a couple of metres short of a line. Here comes Stevens, charging down the middle, Robson Stevens. Jones, long pass out to Addy, Addy, looping pass from Danny Addy, Alferts catches it but has a winger opposite him, running across the line now, Darrell Alferts. Stevens at first receiver, that's a knock on. So Ince Rose Bridge get the ball back 10 metres away from their own try line. Trailing 46 points to 0. Rovers with some defence to do now. Ince Rose Bridge bringing the ball out from deep. Here comes Morrison. Big collision there. Got through plenty of work as Jack Morrison, in fairness. From dummy half. Smart kick actually, finds touch. So a couple of changes for the Rovers. Will Joe coming back on, as is King Vuniyayawa. Connor Jones and Jordan Williams both come off for a breather. Addy with a short pass to O'Connor. Cries for a forward pass, but it was flat. Addy to Beckett. Beckett just straighten things up. Job with a long pass to Lecan. Lecan with a short pass to Vuniyayawa. It's got to be a penalty. It is a penalty. Let's have a look on this replay. So Lecan gets the ball, takes it to the line. Oh, it's a late shot. Tom Lecan back on his feet. The referee calls the players over for another chat. And it's another sin bin in there. Yellow card for the late shot on Tom Lecan. Apologises to Lecan on the way out. Callum Rogers in the bin now for Ince Rose. And a knock on there from King Vuniyayawa. It's all going a little bit scrappy here at the Millennium Stadium. Rovers leading by 46 points to 0. Quarter of the game left to play. 20 minutes remaining. Rovers will be going into the 4th round of the Challenge Cup, along with Bradford Bulls, who have beaten Castleford Tigers this afternoon, 18 points to 16 at Odsal Stadium. That sounds like a real classic cup tie, that one. Here comes Morrison, good contact there from Beckett, and then Vuniyayawa comes in to help out. Bushell with the kick. Decent kick there from Bushell. Caleb Akins takes the ball and then runs forward for the Rovers. Good defence there from Casey Shaw. Now this number 4 for Ince Rose Bridge was about 4 yards offside there, Jordan Blakely. Racing out to try and put a shot on Gareth Gale. Here comes Vuniyayawa again. Tackle just a couple of metres short of halfway. Jump to Beckett. Beckett with a pass out the back to Lecan. Lecan throws a dummy. He's got men out on his left and men out through the centre. Lecan. Oh, what a try this is from Thomas Lecan. The try of the afternoon for sure. He enjoyed that one. He had support left and support right. None of the options were glaringly obvious. So Lecan thought, hang on a minute. I'm going to release the handbrake. I'm going to go around the fullback and I'm going to score a try myself. He's provided a few this afternoon. He's now scored one himself, Thomas Lecan. And this is just sheer class from the Rovers playmaker. Beckett at first receiver, who's been impressive with the pass out the back, and there the space opens up. He shows it to Akwala, who then comes in support. Dummies Akwala, and then a right foot step to go round the fullback. And then finish in the corner emphatically. Thomas Lecan, he enjoyed that one. Rovers now lead by 50 points to 0. Rovers 50 points to 0 up. Danny Addy's got a tough conversion over on this left wing. Just a metre or so in from touch. Danny Addy, right footed. Decent effort from Addy. Ooh, just falls under the crossbar. So no conversion there. Scoreline remains 50 points to 0 in favour of the Rovers. "16 minutes remaining. Spiralling kick again from the restart. Caleb Akins collects and then counters for Rovers down the middle. Here comes Robson Stevens, got through plenty of work today for the Rovers. Jaden Hatton. He's tackled 7 or 8 short of halfway. Most of the Ince Rose Bridge line was standing offside there, but play resumes. Good tackle on King Vuniyayawa. Rovers go down the left. Here comes Akawala, fed by Lacan. Akawala, he throws a dummy. He's on a charge to the line. He's the big forward. And Sitaleki Akawala gets the latest try for the Rovers. Tom Lacan with the assist. There was no stopping Akawala in full stride. 54 points to 0 to the Rovers. And we'll watch the replay back. It's a great collision there, great tackle on Vuniyayawa. And you can see there Tom Lacan dictating play. Gets the ball from Will Job, squares up, gives it to Akawala, who has plenty of space. He had Gaz Gale on his outside. He didn't need Gaz Gale. The charge to the line, he handed off the fullback, and then finishing to get the 4 points, Sitaleki Akawala. Plenty of size, renowned for being a prop forward, but believe it or not, he's actually spent some time in his professional career playing on the wing. I remember Steve Price at Warrington Wolves putting Akawala on the wing a couple of times when he played there. So certainly has a little bit of toe, can shift them legs, Akawala. And Danny Addy with the conversion attempt, no mistake. 56 points to 0 to the Rovers. As Jordan Williams comes on for Jimmy Beckett, that's the final interchange. Rovers have now used all 8 subs. So there'll be nobody else swapping for the remainder of the game. .13 minutes remaining in this one. Betfred Challenge Cup, 3rd round. Rovers cruising to victory, 56 points to 0. So far, we've plenty of time left in this one as well for a few more tries. Here's Williams. Job to Vuniyayawa is Addy. Addy to Bailey O'Connor over on that right centre. Leg lifted there from Mason Fillingham. Play resumes. Addy shows it to Vuniyayawa and then pops it off to Robson Stevens. Tomalakan with the kick out wide, Hatton chasing it. Oh, it's a great take there from the Ince Rose Bridge winger. And he manages to stay in the field of play as well, so great work there from Callum Hughes. Had Jaden Hatton and Gaz Gale racing after the ball, but stayed calm and took it effortlessly. Ince Rose Bridge looking to make some meters. It's hard for them, they've had plenty of defending to do. They've all worked unbelievably hard. Trailing here, 56 points to 0. The kick there looking for the 40-20, caught by Caleb Akins, who's had another tidy game for the Rovers at fullback. Here's Gale running across the line. Addy to O'Connor, O'Connor. Still going, Bailey O'Connor, good run there from the Rovers centre. Tackle 30 metres short of a line. Addy asking for the ball, gets the ball. Straightens it up, just runs direct, does Addy, then gets the offload away to Clay Webb out in that right side second row. Addy shows it to Stevens and Williams and then goes out the back to Lecan. Akins chiming into the line from fullback. Hatton with the pass to Gasgale, who juggles, and then he passes inside to Tommy Lecan, who crosses for his second try. Eventually puts the ball down. Rovers hit 60 here at the Millennium Stadium in the Betfred Challenge Cup third round. 60 points to 0 with a kick to come from Addy. And Tommy Lecan getting his second try of the afternoon. Danny Addy with the conversion attempt. Can't see him missing this one. 60 points to 0, the Rovers lead. No mistake, it's 62 points to 0. Can't be long left. Just over 3 minutes and then there'll be a little bit of stoppage time. Valentine gets us back underway. Akins underneath the kick and then pops it infield to King Vuniyayawa. Here comes the run of Jordan Williams. Scorer of 2 tries this afternoon, Williams. Addy with the dummy and the break. Danny Addy carving through. He's got Clay Webb in support. Clay Webb doesn't need anyone. He's going to cross himself. Slides over Clay Webb. But the try was made by Danny Addy. Operating in the half since Callum Turner went off with an injury. And he puts it on a plate for Clay Webb, who started the game at loose forward, now playing in the back row since Josh Hardcastle left the field. Good try from the Rovers. As you watch on the replay, Vuniyayawa tips it on to Addy. Addy just throws a dummy, races away and then hands it on to Clay Webb, who does the rest from around 40 metres out. Rovers lead now by 66 points to 0. Kick to come from Addy in front of the posts. No mistakes from Addy. 68 points to 0, Rovers lead. We're now in the final minute of normal time. I would imagine 2 or 3 minutes of stoppage time. We've got 5 minutes on the clock on the scoreboard in the stadium. Akawala takes the ball from the kick-off. Looks like he's got an injury. There's a bit of cramp. Bit of cramp there for Akawala. It'll have been a while since he's done an 80-minute performance. Used to playing in the middle in short spells. Playing in the back row, of course. Rovers missing Brad Day and Toby Boothroyd at the minute, and then so Josh Hardcastle getting injured as well today. We'll get the post-match reaction from James Ford. We'll find out how the squad is shaping up ahead of next weekend's championship opener against Doncaster. King Vunihayawa carting the ball towards halfway. Addy gives a flat pass to Bailey O'Connor. O'Connor looking for a gap in the Ince Rose Bridge defence. Can't find one, he's shut down. It's the last tackle. Addy at first receiver, it goes longer to LeCan. LeCan with the crossfield kick, it can bounce anywhere, that one. Allowed to bounce by Callum Hughes, but he collects it at the second attempt. So Rovers leading 68 points to 0. Twelve tries this afternoon. Jordan Williams announced as the man of the match. Had a decent game as Williams, but my man of the match goes to Thomas LeCan. I think he's been impressive for the Rovers. Lost his half-back partner as well during the first half, but he's just injected himself into the game when he's needed to. Set up some tries, scored some tries as well himself. And of course, faces some stiff competition this season for a spot in the Rovers team. It was Ben Reynolds and Callum Turner at half-back last week. We've seen Tom LeCan and Zach Herring at half-back as well in previous weeks. So 4 half-backs really fighting for 2 spots, which is healthy competition. Of course, you've got players that can play a couple of positions as well in there. You know, Ben Reynolds has played full-back before. You've got Callum Turner who's played full-back for Dewsbury as well before. So that versatility there will provide key throughout the season. But all 4 of them are natural half-backs and will be wanting to be involved next week against Doncaster. Well, you would certainly expect Ben Reynolds to come into the fold. I would imagine that he's the number 1 half-back as things stand. And then I think the other spot there is up for grabs. Is it Tom LeCan, is it Callum Turner, or is it Zach Herring? Tom LeCan certainly done himself no harm this afternoon. Gaz Gale running across the line. He scored a couple of tries himself today. And I think we're just about approaching full time. There's got to be a minute left, if that. Decent day's work for the Rovers. 68-0. It's not been easy all through the game. Ince Rose Bridge have had their moments. Plenty of gutsy performances out there for the visitors. Good tackle there on Bailey O'Connor from Mason Fillingham. Oh, and have we got a bit of handbags thrown here? Play stopped again. Do we realise how cold it is up on this gantry? Keep stopping play, we're going to be here till midnight. Play stopped once again. I think at this stage, you've just got to be, there's a referee, you're just going to say, listen, lads, there's about 30 seconds left, just get on with it. There's no point getting drawn into anything now. Nothing's going to change the result. Rovers lead 68 points to 0. Ince Rose Bridge get the penalty for a push. So can they finish with a flurry? I'm going to predict if they've got time, they're going to take a couple of carries and they're going to put a little kick in behind, a little kick and chase. See if they can finish with a try that the performance will deserve. But not for the Rovers. The Rovers will be keen to keep that 0 on the scoreboard. 68 points of their own, 0 conceded in this Betfred Challenge Cup third round tie. Callum Rogers with the ball. There's a little kick in behind and the chase. Akins has to turn round. There'll be no problem for Caleb Akins. He catches the ball and then hands it on to Darrell Alferts. Alferts with the offload back to Akins. Akins will have to carry himself. Charging through there, Caleb Akins. Here's Jaden Hatton. McCann to Akwala. Gasgale traps the ball with his foot. Forward pass. So Ince Rose Bridge, are they going to have time to get the ball back and have another set? There goes the full-time hooter. So Featherstone book their place in the Betfred Challenge Cup, round 4, with a comfortable 68 points to 0 victory over Ince Rose Bridge, who put up a spirited fight this afternoon, but ultimately the quality of the Rovers shone in the end. A flurry of tries on this Sunday afternoon here at the Millennium Stadium. And it's finished. Featherstone Rovers 68, Ince Rose Bridge 0.